For In Your Corner special report, doctors in Fort Myers are giving a new medical device a test run. It's saving lives and maybe even yours one day.
For In Your Corner's Warren Wright has more on how patients who have suffered a massive heart attack now have a much better chance at surviving, even if no one is around to help them.
If someone has a bad enough heart attack, their heart is so damaged they have to get a pacemaker, but they can't get it done right away. They have to wait at least 40 days before the surgery. And it's during that window of time many people just don't make it. That is, until now.
I didn't think I would never need it. You know, I wore it for a couple weeks before it ever went off. And when it did go off, it shocked the heck out of me. So it was like, literally.
Tyler Harris almost didn't live to see the new year. That's why he's so grateful to his nurse practitioner who convinced him to test out a new medical device. It's called a life vest.
Instead of their family planning a funeral, they got to plan Christmas dinner.
Tyler suffered a heart attack December 1st that damaged his heart muscles so completely he was going to need a defibrillator implanted into his chest. But medical guidelines require you wait at least 40 days for the surgery. There's a chance the patient could heal on their own with the help of medication. But during that time, many of those patients suffer sudden death.
It's like putting on a bra backwards, I guess.
So to bridge that gap, he wore the life vest day and night. With sensors, it monitored his heart, and there are paddles to initiate a shock if necessary.
If it's not in contact with the skin, you'll have a red mark like that.
With plenty of bells and whistles.
Bystanders, do not interfere.
And then you just walk around all day with this either clipped to a belt, or what I used to do is wear it underneath another shirt.
Call ambulance.
You were very responsible. You wore it all the time.
Every time except for when I was in the shower and it was hanging right there for as soon as I dried off, it went back on because that's how they tell you to do it. If it wasn't for this, I probably wouldn't be around because no one was actually around me or with me at the time it went off.
That's because Tyler was driving his truck on a remote stretch of road in Buckingham just 2 weeks after his first heart attack. He felt dizzy and pulled over, and then the life vest took over.
Next thing I know, I just felt like an electrical current, real light, go through my body, and a couple minutes later, I was back coherent.
Not far from his house, Tyler thought he could make it home, but it happened again. Losing consciousness, he rolled his car into a ditch.
I got out of the truck and I was sitting on the bank of the ditch, calling 911. And the box started talking to me, bystanders, please stand clear. And I'm sitting there and I'm hitting the override buttons, and next thing I know, it shocked me. I mean, it was like, whoa.
Thrown by the force of the jolt, he struggles in the grass.
I'm yelling to the 911 operator, keep talking to me so I could find my phone so, you know, I could tell him what was going on and where I was at.
Soon after, the doctors reviewed the monitor recordings.
The heart is fibrillating, which means it's not pumping blood, and if this continues, the patient will die. This is when the alarms start. You can see here where the vest gives a treatment at 150 joules to shock him out of the rhythm. Here you have no pulse, there's no blood beating through the body. Here's the return of his pulse.
Tyler's healthcare providers figured he'd be in critical care when they went to see him at the hospital, but the life vest prevented further damage to his heart.
When I came in to do my rounds, he was actually sitting up in the room on the floor.
An Iraq War veteran, surviving with this life vest was more terrifying.
I mean, it's not like, you know, ducking here, running here. It's like you get it, you're gone, and then all of a sudden you're back.
Many of the doctors at Lee Memorial Health System are now starting to recognize this is a valuable life-saving tool.
And in fact, in Southwest Florida in the last 2 months, it's saved 12 lives.
And for Tyler, he's just glad he was one of the first to use it.
An eye-opening experience because it's a life-changing experience. Because you know when you realize that now you have another chance at life.
You really do, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Tyler now has a permanent defibrillator in his chest, and his doctors say he now is strong enough to rejoin his softball league. Warren Wright, Fox 4, in your corner.